Hey everybody, Pete Werner, yeah, okay. Pete Werner here with the Disney Dining Show, one of two actually, that will be going up really today, the day we're filming this. We're here at Riviera Resort at Topolino's restaurant. Topolino, of course, the Italian name for Mickey Mouse, or what Italians call him, Topolino. Although most of the resort is more French-inspired, that's kind of confusing. But we are here for breakfast. It is a character meal. It is, $41 for adults, and how many?
29.
$29. You can speak. They know that I'm not filming myself here. $41 for adults, $29 for children. It is a character meal.
Or 24 for children.
24 ages 3 to 9. Now, it's kind of a whirlwind day today because we just checked in, got into our rooms, and now we're doing this. We're going to have another dining review going up later on for dinner here at Topolino. So you're getting 2 dining shows this week. And we have Craig and Rhino and Jackie and Sean and Fiasco and myself all here. So let's see how it is.
Oh, I stole mine.
I'm just sick.
I mean, it's still good.
Hey, Mickey. How's it going?
Okay, so for my breakfast, I had the wood-fired butcher's steak. That's a hanger steak with polenta, tomatoes, roasted onions, wild mushroom, conserva, whatever that is, and watercress. Now, bearing in mind that this meal is $41, I felt it was good, but I'm not really sure it was worth $41. As you'll tell from the video, it kind of took up half the plate. It's also a very loud restaurant, and if the other guests aren't loud, these constant announcements are. Okay, there. It is what it is. We're never going to be able to record anything here without this going on, so we better get used to it. I mean, generally it was good. It was very good. Considering that the restaurant is just opened today, it's outstanding. But I'm not sure. I think $41 is a good price for this. There's a novelty factor to it right now that'll keep it going for a while, but eventually that's going to wear off. They're going to have to justify that price. I think they played it kind of safe with this menu. I think they probably will need to up their game a bit as time goes on. But for a start, I think they've done a great job.
Hey.
Thank you, Don. Can I take a picture with you, Donald? Thank you. All right. I had the classic Bellini as an alcoholic drink. It actually is really good. It came with a huge peach slice. It was very good. The Prosecco, you could really taste the alcohol part of it. It was $13. So not super cheap, but I mean, it is Disney pricing. And then for my main course, I got the smoked salmon. I don't know why I got that and thought it would be a good idea, because it really is like a pile of smoked salmon with an everything bagel, tomatoes, red onions, cream cheese, and capers. The salmon's actually very good, but I don't know if $41 is justification for a pile of smoked salmon. But it is excellent salmon. It said it came with tomatoes, but I didn't realize it was like huge sliced like tomatoes. I thought it was little diced tomatoes on top or something. So it really is like half the plate is tomatoes, and that's not something I particularly care for. So overall, I mean, it's good food. I just don't know that it's worth the price. And we actually did get the bread that Pete was talking about, and it was really good. I actually could have just had like 3 buckets of that and been pretty satisfied, but you got to pay the $41, the pastries, yeah. So you got to pay the $41 anyway, so you might as well get something. But the smoked salmon, it was okay. I did try Pete's steak, and it was really good, so.
You are so cute.
You should move around if you want a video. Do you want a picture?
So I ordered the quiche Gruyere, and it has house-made pancetta with roasted potatoes, and it came with field greens and lemon vinaigrette, which the vinaigrette I didn't taste at all. It tasted like it just had like a oil and vinegar on it, and not so much vinegar. So it was kind of different. Didn't taste like much, but I ate some of them anyway. Got to get the greens in because this quiche was rich. So quiche is one of my favorite things. Gruyere is really strong. There's quite a bit of a bite in this quiche, and it was awesome. Super fabulous. Loved it. And
you notice the water dances like
kind of
a
loud.
music.
Anyway,
So
I
Louis,
loved what I had. If you're a quiche fan, you'll love this. The crust was really flaky. So good.
I also got the quiche Gruyere, and I did enjoy the quiche itself. I thought it was pretty good. I did end up asking for a little bit of hot sauce and ketchup, and Daisy is waving at us over here. Of course, she'd come over while I was talking. Of course. Of course. Stealing my spotlight. It's like she knew that I was going to be the one talking and was like, oh, I'll come over and ruin his take. Anyway, regardless of that interruption. This is a character breakfast, so the characters have been coming around. When we got here, they weren't like crazy coming around, and now they're just like coming back like repeatedly. So it's Mickey, Minnie, Daisy, and Donald in their artsy outfits, which is pretty cute. So some good character interactions here. But back to my food. The quiche was really good. The vinaigrette, I liked the greens and the choice of greens they used. I just thought that the vinaigrette was really just like oil. It said lemon vinaigrette. I didn't really taste any of the lemon. The roasted potatoes were really good too. I did end up asking for a little bit of ketchup and mixed it in with some hot sauce, and I thought that really brought it to the next level for me. But I like spicy things, so that's just a thing for me. Also, I'm a monster, and I always have ketchup on my eggs. But yeah, I enjoyed the selection of pastries they gave us at the beginning too. There was a nice bread stick in there, and then the 2 other pastries that were in there were good too. I didn't have one of the muffins, but I'm just really full.
See, that's a good one.
Yeah, this has been an interesting experience. The bread basket, it was very confusing right from the start as we watched tables come in, not be seated for like more than just a couple seconds. And then all of a sudden they had their bread, but we sat here for probably a solid 10 minutes before we got anything. Once it was delivered, the breads and pastries were actually really delicious, so that was a highlight of the meal. I got the sour cream waffle for my entree, and it's the sour cream waffles, and it came with a choice of meat, and I had bacon with mine, but then it was topped with the whipped cream and some raspberries, other berries, and then it's served with an orange maple syrup, and the syrup was like disgustingly sweet. I love pure maple syrup, but this was too much for me, and the waffles were just extremely basic. So it was not impressive to me, but if you just want like a nice fun waffle dish, maybe for you. But the characters have been the standout for this, so they're all wearing their special outfits out here that you can only get at this hotel, I believe at this character breakfast. So if you're an aficionado of wanting the characters and all their outfits, then you have a good reason to come here.
I just want to be clear about that I was kidding about the characters. Like, I agree with Craig. All the character interactions are great, and if you don't watch the other show, then you don't know that Daisy and I have a rivalry sort of a thing. She's too much of a diva for me. I'm too much of a diva for her, so it's a whole thing. So I wasn't I wasn't actually knocking that character interaction.
Okay, so starting off, coming in here aesthetically, this kind of reminded me a lot of Toledo over at Grand Destino Tower. Actually,
The food is good here.
well, I liked my food at Toledo, but Denny was here. She's not part of this review. She's doing another vlog right now, but we were talking about that before she left for that. It reminded us a lot of that aesthetically. So I'll mention that on her behalf. Also, on the same token, we're at the top of the Riviera here, just like we'd be at the top of the Grand Destino Tower over there. But unlike over at the Grand Destino Tower, they had characters up on the balcony. I'm not sure if that's something that they're going to continue on throughout the weeks and months as we progress through them, or if it's just for the opening. But that was kind of cool. Pluto was out there. You had the nice view out on the pool and the Caribbean beach and all that other good jazz. Really nice out there. They also have some outdoor seating here at the restaurant as well. I'm assuming that's going to be something that you could do for breakfast, lunch, and dinner if you wanted to sit out there. I'm assuming you can. But I ordered the plant-based option, which is completely vegan, dairy-free, no meat, no honey, nothing. And that came with an egg omelet with mushrooms and tomatoes mixed within it. It came with a plant-based sausage and some home-fried potatoes with some caramelized onions in them. The sausage wasn't my favorite plant-based sausage that I've ever had. It was good though. I do prefer to have the patties over the links, and this was a big, linked sausage. Like it looked like a regular, sausage that you'd get. And the potatoes were fine, but again, like not my favorite home fries I've ever had either. The omelet, however, was probably the best plant-based eggs I've ever had, which is saying a lot because I've tried many. But I think I'm going to echo something that I believe a lot of people, it's loud on here, so I'm not sure if a lot of people have been saying this. I think most of you have, though. That $41 still seems a little steep. But, with that being said, the bread service was really cool, too. It was unique, and I'm not sure if it was mentioned before, but I feel like it probably has. There wasn't enough at first for everybody at the table to get one of each, but then it comes out later and you're able to get more later. I think Craig might have specifically had to ask for another bowl of bread in order for that to happen, though. Like this thing here was probably my favorite item from the bread bowl, but I just tried it right now from this bonus bowl. So if Craig had to ask for that specifically, then I might have never tried that. But yeah.
Okay, so we have wrapped up our breakfast at Topolino's, and I'm going to say this is my feeling with the resort in general. This is the opening day, and they really seem to have their act together. That restaurant ran like it's been open for a year. The food was good. The food I had was good. You heard everybody else's opinions of their meals. Like I said, I think that they probably need to make some adjustments to make it worth $41, but they're not far off. So I'm not walking away feeling like I was ripped off. But the fact that it's this good and it's their opening day, big props to the restaurant manager and the staff for being able to pull that off, because that's not easy to do, and you don't see it too often. So far this place is off to a good start. So there you have it. That'll do it for this episode of the Disney Dining Show. We have another one coming up right after this, or within a day, of dinner at Topolino's. We want to get these out as soon as possible, so enjoy.